Well, welcome back to the channel. I know in the last video I said it might not be a video this week, but it's looking pretty good. Got the fuel tank all sealed up and good to go. Checked it yesterday with water in it and didn't have any leaks, so I rinsed it out with diesel last night and flipped it over and got a coat of paint on the bottom of it. Just rattle can, rust stop, whatever. I primed it and painted it. Got a fan on it. I'm gonna let it sit a few days and cure. I did have to note to self, so you don't make the same mistake I did. I had it in the bucket of the loader to load it in the truck to take it to get it fixed, and it was standing up on the end, so that was on the top facing out with the fuel shut off in it. And I went to pick up the bucket and it toppled out and fell on that and bent that stem, and when I bent it back it cracked it. And then so I'm like, well, I'm going to get some leaks fixed anyway. Tried to weld it, but there's lead solder in there, so that didn't work. So I ended up just soldering it, and so that's fixed. But that I was not very happy that I made that mistake. So anyway, something else I did is I did get the top link freed up. Took a lot of heat. I did bend it a little bit trying to get it unstuck, but I got it done. I've got the quick hitch on, got everything lubed up, should be good. And then last night I set the tray in. I got to tighten those bolts down that the fuel tank will sit in. I'm going to get some rubber pieces to put between this tray and the tank, and so I'm going to work on that this morning. I just have a little bit to work this morning before I take off on my trip. And the other thing I need to do is I need to tighten that clamp of that that holds the stuff coming through, hoses and stuff. And then I need to, let's see, I put my filter in line so it'll come out of the tank, go through that filter before it goes into the fuel pump and goes up front. And what else did I do? I think for now, about what I've gotten done. Just trying to get a little closer, so maybe when I get home early Sunday morning, maybe we can get the tank in here Sunday and get this thing started and get it rolled out of here. We'll just see how things go. So that's where I'm at. The big thing is that's what I was waiting on, so now I can finish up a whole bunch of other little things and get this thing ready to roll. I just wanted to catch you guys up, get a little bit done today, and then hopefully when I get back we will be taking video of this running up and down the driveway. Nick Ohio MM watched the video of when I got it started and told his mom he's ready to come over and drive it out in my grass and do donuts. So, well, Nick, he likes to come over and do my stuff. Oh yeah, and when I picked up the tank, I picked up seat backs that go in the, I think they called it the comfort seat, or I forget what they call it. It's the deluxe seat. So that goes in there that the cushions go to. Mine, one of them was rusted out. The one over there was pretty rusted out. And so anyway, he made me some new ones. I got to test fit those today, but I think they're going to fit. And then I just got to get the cushions put on them. But he made a pattern, so if anybody's looking for one of those backs to get the cushions made on, I might be able to hook you up with that. So that's where we're at. I'm going to do as much as I can do before I got to go in and shower and head to the airport. All right, made it back from North Carolina just like half hour ago. I'm probably in trouble because I'm already out here working on this, but I can't wait to get this done. Anyway, I pulled this back out. I think it's going to be better to put it back in the way that I took it out, which is with the tray underneath the tank. Tank's had a few days to cure. We had an old stall mat that has ridges on one side, so I'm putting the ridges running this way so that water doesn't collect under it, that it'll run through, and it should be tilted either forward or back just a little bit. These are pretty thin, and that will insulate the bottom a lot better than old shag carpet did. So that's, I just wanted to show you that before I set the tank on there, which I'm going to try to do by myself, which ought to be interesting. And then get straps on this to pick it up with the gantry, roll the gantry over, and then we'll set it in using the gantry. And then once it's in, bolt it down, hook up the fuel line, put diesel fuel in it, put the work lights on the back up so they're not flopping around, and then thorough walk around, because there's, make sure there's not tools under the tires, and we'll see if she starts and drives out of here. All right, so I got it on the gantry, got it up suspended, just getting over the 3-point plate there, and then we'll get it positioned in place, and then I'll lower it down. But I just wanted to get to this point to show you how high this thing has to go to get up over that, which is why I didn't want to put those lights up, because that would kind of screw me up. So let me get you set up here on the tire, and watch me try to get this thing set as best as possible. I gotta line up 4 bolt holes on this side. That's probably about as good as it's gonna get. So let me try to move this thing a little bit better into place. And make sure that my wheels aren't gonna hit something that's gonna stop me at an inopportune moment. All right. So, I'm gonna kind of check it here. Because once this thing goes down, it's gonna be tough to move, but I can make adjustments on it once I get down. So I'm gonna turn the camera off because it's gonna get really loud as I lower this thing into place. And then I'll bring you back when I've got it set down where it needs to go. All right, she lives, she lives, she lives. Back up and running, this time on the tank. It took me a little bit to get everything lined up here. There's 2 bolts in the middle and then 2 on the end. I had to get the return line up, the fuel gauge, put like, I don't know, about 13 gallons of fuel in it. I got fuel down there in the filter. I got my lights up there, and they're all tightened down. And then I kind of got ahead of myself and I started this before I started filming. But it's running good. Everything's looking good. So I say, rather than filling the shop up with exhaust fumes, let's drive this thing. I'm not seeing any leaks back around the fuel tank, which is a good sign. I'm going to probably shut this off while I back out, because I have to really pay attention so I don't hit anything. All right, she sees the light of day again. She's been in the shop all winter, and sounding good. Drove out okay, no issues. I'm not seeing any drips on the floor as I came out, so that's a positive thing. Though that's from the fuel tank when I had it off. Definitely is a haze in here. It's just, my eyes are burning like they did in India from all the pollution over there. But Nick Ohio MM is going to be pretty freaking happy, because she's out here and she's running. All the belts look good. Belts look good. Not seeing any leaks. No leaks on the fuel that I can see. All that's looking good. No leaks back here that I can see. That looks good. So let's go down the driveway. I'm gonna pick up the 3-point. back window and get some ventilation through here, but I'm more excited to make this thing roll. Make sure that it wasn't all going to leak out. All right, we're going to back down the driveway because I don't want to mess around and turn around right now. Stiffs a lot harder when the RPMs are down, but that only makes sense. And I just saw a little puff of smoke, but the exhaust manifold's new, and where it joins together it might be leaking around there because that's a carbon fit, it's got a carbon up. But I'm going to get out and check just to make sure that's what it is. None of my gauges look, everything looks okay up here. Good. Still no leaks. No leaks around the fuel pump. The water water jacket. Slowly running my eyes over all the hoses, making sure I don't see anything. And everything looks good back here. So we're gonna call it good. I almost got my head whacked by the door. No leaks at the steering cylinders. So, all right. I am feeling good. This is a win. Feeling pretty happy about this. She looks good out here in the sun. I'm gonna do a couple things and I'm gonna get the tin work back on. Gosh dang it, GoPro. This thing kills me. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a little bit when I get the tin work back on. All right, I let it sit and cool down a little bit. Then I came out and put all the tin work on. So you can see my freshly painted pieces on the front there where that grill's broken. I don't have a replacement for that, so I just painted it to make it look better, match the white bubble nose there that is beat up, but I repainted it. I did get rid of the old air cleaner there, the old Oliver style air cleaner, and put on the Donaldson style. I think that makes it look a little bit better because the Oliver one was in pretty bad shape. Got side hoods on both sides. So she's looking good. I just put some stripping around the back window because I didn't have that. I had to order it. So the black stripping there along the bottom goes up. It doesn't quite, with the hinges up there, it doesn't work to go across the top, but I took it up around the corner. That'll hopefully help seal it up. And yeah, so that's where I'm at. I got to do a couple more things, and I'm going to run and get some more diesel, and then put about 25 more gallons of diesel in it, and then take it out for a little bit of a drive. I just don't trust it with only like 13 gallons in it, because that's not a lot in a 90-gallon tank. So, but I think y'all will agree. She's looking back to her fighting form with her bodywork back on. I think it's going to look good when I put the rear fenders on it. And yeah, I'm fired up to go out and take her down the road. All right, just put 25 gallons of diesel in it. I'll fire up and then go take her for a drive. There is stuff leaking off it because I spilled diesel all over the top of the tank, all over me. It's awesome, but then I had hosed it down with water. So if you see anything leaking, it's water, hopefully. Like I said, it's warm today, so it started pretty easy. And that first cranking I did, that was just to get oil pressure. I didn't have any fuel flowing to it. The minute I gave it fuel, she fired right up. So that's a good sign. So I'm gonna let her sit here and warm up a couple minutes, and I'm gonna head down the road and see how she does. Out on the road, cruising along, back window open. I did steal one of Mrs. Ohio MM's cushions from one of her outdoor furniture pieces, and she was very concerned that I was going to mess it up. And I'm like, nope, I promise I'm not going to mess it up. Just with the seat out of here, I need something to cushion me. So far running good with putting that fuel in. I'm almost at We're out here. I just have it kind of idling. But this thing moved out. It belched out some black smoke, but here we go. I don't know how fast we're going, but just had a car pass and I was like 2 hands on the wheel. But it's not rattling to death. Give it a little bit of throttle. It's actually not too bad. Alright, I got another car coming. Just kind of hard with the camera in one hand and judging the side of the road. This is actually kind of enjoyable, running in fifth high. A little bit of hop, but not much. Warming up some, getting up towards the top of the pole. Alright, I'm going to hit one of these driveways and turn around. I don't want to push my luck too far today on the maiden voyage. Alright, we're back home. Temperature's up to run, everything's good. There's Mrs. Ohio MM's cushion that she was worried about. It's back and it's unscathed for the most part. I'm glad I had it because once I got going fast, I needed, there's not much left in that shock, so I was bottoming out and that cushion helped. Anyway, steering cylinders are not leaking, not seeing any leaks there. Seeing any leaks here. As I look around, I don't see any fuel leaks. Coming back here, that's water from when I hosed everything down. I don't see any leaks at the remotes or where the new hoses come in back here. The lights are still there, that's a good thing. Fuel tank's still on, that's a good thing. The brakes on this thing suck really bad, just saying. I went to turn around, I'm like, man, it's like I don't have any brakes. Not seeing any leaks here where all that stuff goes in. Not seeing any leaks over on this side. Not seeing any big puddles coming out up here. Not seeing any fuel leaking, no oil leaking, no hydraulic fluid leaking. She's warm, so good signs, good signs. Pretty happy with all that. I was, just before I left, I was working on this door just a little. The latch isn't the best. But, so, basically where we're at is she's running good. I think ultimately she's looking better since I did just a little bit of painting on those nose pieces. That just looks better than what it did. If you go back and watch some videos before, those didn't look so good. And I think when the fenders go on, that'll help also. But all right, well, I think I'm gonna call this a night. I had like 2 hours of sleep last night before we got on the flight this morning, and I'm a little wore out. So I'm gonna, a couple things I want to finish up, and basically this project's almost done. We'll put the wing windows in the front, hopefully, put new glass in, and new weather stripping around the glass, and make the cab a little nicer. And we're moving on to the 950, get back to the 950, finish it up. All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video like I did. It's been, you've been watching all these. We're finally there. This is a good feeling. So but more to come, and we'll see you at the next video.